Good morning, everybody. I said I would share the message with you when I got word back from the district as to what my position would be next week, and I'm happy to tell you that I will be able to stay in the role of teaching you, which makes me very excited. What will end up happening on Tuesday is most likely I'll be broadcast on the screen in front of the classroom, as I did receive a remote accommodation. So maybe some of you had a class that operated like that back in the fall, so you might be familiar with that. You'll have a teacher in the room, but they will be supervising you. So what that means then is we should probably talk about attendance and how that'll work. When you are in person, uh, you'll obviously just have attendance taken in the standard fashion as if you're in the seat, then you'll be counted as present. If you're not in the seat, I'll have to mark you as absent. If you're learning virtually for the day, so if it's your day not to be in the building, or if you're part of the VLA, you'll see on the screen here, I've added some pieces to our materials page. We have the daily attendance for virtual learners link. Now, this is my economics page. If you're one of my human geography students, flip over to the human geography page here. You can see it's also right at the top. Daily attendance question will need to be answered by 3 p.m. every day. When you click on the link, it will take you to a Padlet, and on the Padlet there are 3 columns. So depending on which class you're in, you're going to want to respond in the appropriate column. And the 4th column that I'll have will be the question for the day. So my question for Tuesday will be, what is your favorite form of travel? Make sure that you include your name in your response. Otherwise, if I get an anonymous response, I will not know who to attribute that to. And if that's you, you will likely end up being marked absent. So just know that, take care of it. Example, if I'm a student in Hour 1 Econ and I love traveling by plane, you can just type in your response like plane is good enough and your name, student X, right? And that should be all you need to do, right? And then it'll show there. Now, it looks like, you can see a name is appearing on the post, but for many posts, this appears as anonymous for students. So that's why I'm asking that you please include your name in your response for me. And this is how I will take attendance then. At 3 o'clock, I start going through these and I'll eliminate them once I have marked you as present. So then once I've seen your response, I just simply delete the post. And then also what ends up happening is at 3 o'clock, I go into the columns myself and I will end up writing in like 3 p.m. So that would be the only thing that is probably remaining. So if you try to go in there late, your post is going to be after 3 p.m. That just means you missed it. And it's not a huge deal if it happens once or twice. It just becomes a big deal if it's consistently happening. So that is what the plan is for your human geography or economics course, depending on which you have, for when you are learning from home. The next thing we should look at is the schedule. And when you look at the graphic that I've shared with you, we don't really get a great view of it, but I've included the new schedule here. So Monday through Thursday is your class schedule and the hours that you have. Economics, you have B lunch. I think I've told you that before, 3rd hour econ. I apologize for that, but it is what it is. It's not a decision that I get to make, unfortunately. And then your Friday schedule is located here. So that's a little bit of a shift to that graphic. The way is to link into class virtually. If you're learning from home and you want to see what we are doing live, you still have the Google Meets buttons that you can push. Hour 1, you are green. Hour 3, you are red. And then human geography, of course, on your page, I think you're a green button as well. So hour 2, you're there. My office hours is still going to be the blue button that you can click on that. And if you don't like the graphic and the button bit, then what I've done is I've taken those links that were on the main page of the class and I have put them into a folder. The reason I did that is I just wanted to keep this page a little cleaner and neater. I didn't want to have link after link after link on it. So that is the reason for creating that folder. Again, as far as our class goes, when it comes to our daily work, and if you're working virtually, you know that I've set up the class to be both synchronous and asynchronous, so that hasn't changed. If you're at home and you're in the econ class, you can just simply look at what are the dates that we are covering the modules. And so you'll know that we'll be going through module 7 on the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th next week. So all the stuff contained in here is what we're doing next week. While we're in class, I may have some other activities that I can introduce that I couldn't do virtually. So for example, next week I haven't added this yet, but in econ I'll probably dive into game theory a little more and oligopolies, and we'll have an in-class game that we'll play. And even if you're virtual, we can probably have you compete in that game if you like. So that's just one example. Human geography, um, we'll tackle that. I have to spend a little more time looking at human geography over the weekend. The way that human geography was set up was day by day. So if you're gone for a particular day, are we just going to continue to work forward in that fashion? And my instinct now is yes. We'll just probably put things in the folder for that virtual learning portion that you can log on and you can read the directions, watch the instruction video, do the assignment. If you need help, you can log into the class, or you can go to the office hours, even when you're learning from home that day. So I believe that's how I intend to approach that, at least for now. That's the plan. So again, I'm very excited to be able to continue teaching you and working with you. A great burden and relief arrived late yesterday afternoon. So just wanted to share that with you. Message me if you have any questions over the weekend. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending upon whether you're an A or a B student.